Have you ever had a crazy dream where you lived in the future of one of your favorite video games? Welcome to Shadow Theater, and I got to participate in the future of Zelda. And I mean thousands of years into the future. In this version, Ganon won in the past, or the reincarnation of Evil won, and he was patient and actually brilliant in how he decided to rule this time. Instead of ruling with an iron fist and creating a disaster for the world, he knew that the reincarnation of Zelda and the reincarnation of the Hero of Time will come back. And it's like, okay, we need to change things up here so that I can stay in power and not have to worry about them trying to come after me or get the favor of the people. So he ruled in a way where he made it seem like a dictatorship. People had a choice, and that people could vote, and all this kind of stuff is all a facade. In reality, he just played the people. And as years went on, and as years went on down the road, he continued to find ways for the government to take more power, more freedoms, so that he continued to have more power, but making it seem like it's in the guise of protecting the people. And so, as he continued to do this, things got more to his power. But people loved him. People didn't want him to leave. How does the Hero of Time and Zelda fight against that? Thousands of years pass, multiple reincarnations have happened, and it's gotten to a point where they've mostly forgotten. Even the spirits of the reincarnations are having a hard time breaking through the memories, getting them to move against this great evil because it's been dumbed down, it's been fought against. Now, since it's been so many thousands of years and so many thousands of years of peace, a lot of the evolution of the rock people and the fish people, even the tree people, has gotten to where they all look mostly like Hyrules. You can still tell that they're rock people, fish people, whatnot, but they mostly have a similar build as a Hyruler. And its future. Now, here's the thing. It looked like our day. Cars, buildings, guns, like all that kind of stuff. All this kind of things was all over the place. And, well, just like any modern day, you start to get a slight unrest. And that's where we find Zelda. Zelda's family is no longer in power. They've been long out of power. And she's part of the resistance and the unrest. But how do you fight against something that seems benevolent? Link also was just a normal kid living in the day, going to work. He was old enough to start working. He had to wear a suit. And, well, he found out about the truth when, like times in the past, when Ganon finds out who the reincarnations are, he likes to trap them and hide them and whatnot, just in case. And he finds out which one Link was. And he goes after him. He's going to capture him, lock him up, all the things. So his goons go after him. Now, each of these goons was a different species, and they all had a piece of the Triforce. What? Well, he had thousands of years. He went and found the pieces, but instead of piecing it back together for himself, except for the Triangle of Power, he kept that for himself. The other pieces, he gave to his goons, and he corrupted each piece, making it to where it wasn't exactly normal anymore, giving each of his goons special abilities. Now these goons came after Link. What was Link gonna do? One of them literally changed the ground into lava. One of the rock guys. The fish guy could fly through the air. It was extremely scary. He didn't know what to do. And the others had guns. They were coming after him. So where to go? What to do? Well, he got beat up. That's what happened. It was insane. It was really interesting to watch. But how did he survive this? Well, Zelda saved him. Zelda with the underground group saved him. They heard about this ambush on Link. They were able to grab him. While he was recovering, the spirit of the Hero of Time awoke. The mantle passed on to him fully this time. And he was able to get going. But he had this draw to something that could help defeat this evil that was hidden so long. You know what I'm talking about, the Master Sword. So he went on a quest to go find it. Was able to find it eventually. I didn't see that much of the dream. It's just he found it. As he went on, continuing to fight, well, you could think the items in this version of this game was way different. But either way, the biggest thing that I found intriguing in this version of this future of this game, as I was playing as Link in this dream, is that each time you defeated a goon with a Triforce piece, you were able to take that Triforce piece and put it into your own map. This version of the gameplay was so different, where Link had one of those tree maps where you could adjust your abilities and powers. Since each piece of the Triforce was corrupted, you could use that corruption to your advantage to give you special magical abilities in this game. But the Triforce couldn't be fully, or that piece of the Triforce couldn't be fully used to its full power until you uncorrupted it. You'd have to free its corruption. This would take you waking it up the magic world of the world itself, finding the fairies, getting them to regain their power force, those kind of things. You had to reawaken the whole world from this dampness and darkness that Ganon was able to put on everything. So the gameplay in this one wasn't you going against Ganon the whole time. It was you going through the process of awakening the world, collecting the power pieces of the Triforce, using them to empower you, then eventually, well, freeing them from the corruption so that you can piece them back together and use them against Ganon. It takes a long time. Now, the interesting thing, though, about the gameplay is that when you uncorrupt them, you lose that magical ability. You gain some more power in Triforce Courage or the Triforce of Wisdom. But in this process, you're losing the power as well. So you have to be willing to give up power for you to continue in the game. Once you get the full Triforce of Wisdom, you give it to Zelda, because she's the one that's supposed to have it, until you're able to piece the Triforce back together. Zelda always has magical abilities because she's the descendant of the Goddess of Light, right? Or reincarnation of. So, she still has magical abilities, but she needs the Triforce of Wisdom to figure out how to get around all this, and you're able to use it to your advantage until you give it to her. So it's an interesting gameplay where you gain powers, give up powers, to then eventually take on Ganon. Very, very different game. Very different game. Now, each time you face one of these goons that had one of these power-ups, their bodies also morphed to match the power-ups as well. So you could always tell when you're fighting one of these goons. It was interesting. And it's interesting seeing in Link in a two-piece black suit. Man, he's like a man in black fighting in this world. It is so fun. So have you ever had that kind of a dream where you were in one of your favorite video games, but is different, is in the future of the video game, or the story play was a little different? This one combined many different aspects of different things into this version. The power-up map was something that you see in a lot of RPG games or MRPG games online. It's very, very common in those games, but not in Zelda. I've never seen it in Zelda. So it was interesting playing it in that version. The gameplay felt similar to like Tears of the Kingdom, where you had open world, but how do I put it? It's like the old not Star Wars, Spider-Man. There we go, Spider-Man 2 that had an open world city play. It's very similar to that. So a lot of crazy things. It's fun. It was fun being in this one and just seeing it evolve and grow the story. Have you ever had a dream like that, where you got to see a different version of a favorite game and still have the favorite parts of the game that you like? I love puzzles and story. That's why I like Zelda games. They have great puzzles and story. And this one was no different. It had great puzzles and story. It's just more futuristic. Or, in our case, just more like our modern day. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Let me know about yours. And until next time, sleep tight.